Hello, my name is Asha, and this is Asha's Movies, and today it is time for an anticipated video on the channel. This is the first movie of the month of January. Well, the first movie of the month, 2026. Before we get started, I would just like to say don't forget to like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and check out my other channel. All the way linked down below. I'm going to be doing it a bit differently this time around, so we're going to just go through all the films we watched this month. They're not in any particular order, they're just in the order that I had them written down. So the first film I reviewed this month was Superman/Batman Apocalypse, with a letterbox rating of 4 out of 5 stars. My rating I personally gave was a 6.6. And the IMDb rating for this film was a 7.0. The next film I watched in this series went. Oh, well, let's go back to this. So this is more like an animation action thriller film with a lot of like unique superheroes, unique voice acting as well. I enjoyed Andre Brewer and what's his name, Kevin Conroy. They were both amazing in this film. I felt like their iconic presences were really good as well. But then the next one we watched was Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. So I was watching this to prepare for the new Jumanji film, which is coming out this December now. I've been watching them a bit earlier on in the year because I've also watched a few of the Spider-Man films because we've got that coming out soon. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. This stars The Rock, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillian. Letterbox rating I give it a 3 out of 5, and my rating was a 6.9 out of 10, and it was also a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So this was quite fun and adventurous. It was a nice, good comedy to get me back into the reviewing mood. And yeah, the next film I watched was Jumanji: The Next Level. So I did say I was trying to watch the movies, that correspond with each other. So I watched this then the next day, and this is stars basically the same people apart from few additions like Awkwafina and Danny DeVito. The rating I give this film was a 6.0 out of 10. My letterbox rating was 2.5 out of 10, and my IMDb rating was a 6.6 out of 10. The next film I watched then was Catch Me If You Can, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, with a letterbox rating of 3.5 out of 10, and my rating was 7.9 out of 10. The IMDb rating for this film was 8.1. It was really fun, action, thriller, comedy, a bit of everything really. The Amazing Spider-Man was the next film I reviewed then on the channel, as a part of a series where I watched all 4 Spider-Man films, four Spider-Man films in one day. So the letterbox rating for this film was 4 out of 5, and my rating for this film was a 7.5. The IMDb rating was 6.9 out of 10. So this is one of my favourite films, starring Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, my favourite Spider-Man by far. The next film I watched for this series was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I felt was quite an underrated film in the Spider-Man universe. And the IMDb rating was a 6.6. My rating for was 7.0, and yeah. So yeah, I give this a letterbox rating of 3.5. I give it, my rating was 7.0, and the IMDb rating was a 6.6. This had a few additions to the cast, like Jamie Foxx and a few other people, but I did enjoy the fact that Emma Stone was back in this film as well. It didn't have a change like MJ in the other films. So the next film I reviewed then was Spider-Man, with a letterbox rating of with my letterbox rating of 3.5 stars, my rating of a 7.3, and IMDb rating of 7.4. I really did enjoy this film. Tobey Maguire, I felt, did a great job in this film, as well as Kirsten Dunst. She did a great job as well. But I just felt there was some aspects of the film that could have been improved. There was always something that could have been improved. Spider-Man 3 then I reviewed. I know I haven't watched Spider-Man 2. I'll work on that because my DVD for that actually is quite wrecked. So I am going to order a new one of that at some point. I might try and buy the trilogy on Blu-ray or something. I have talked about that in a video, so if you want to see that video, go and check out this review. I'm probably going to watch Spider-Man 2 because it's available on Netflix now, so I'll probably watch that after. But this has a letterbox rating of 3 stars out of 5, and my rating of 6.1 out of 10. The IMDb rating for this film was 6.3, again with basically the same cast. We had the addition of a few small actors. We had so many villains in this film, though. I think that's what made it a bit more, a bit less. Teen Titans Go then, the letterbox rating was 4 out of 5, my rating was 7.8 out of 10, and my IMDb rating was a 6.7, the IMDb rating for this film was a 6.7, stars Will Arnett and a few other people. This was probably one of my favourite films of the year, of the month, because this was quite fun to watch, with some really great actors and actresses in there, and it was really a lot of fun to watch, to be honest. Good animation as well. Batman Unlimited Animal Instinct, so we're getting into that little DC animated section now. We've watched a few DC animated films so far. This is Batman Unlimited Animal Instincts with 3.5 stars on Letterboxd out of 5. My rating was 6.3 and the IMDb rating for this film was 5.7. This was actually quite a fun and impactful film because it talked about bullying and, well, towards the end, it proves that what bullying can actually do to a person, and to what made Penguin the Penguin, which is, it kind of gets emotional towards the end, which is what made it really good for me. Then we've got the follow-on from this, which is Batman Unlimited Monster Mayhem. This was slightly worse than the first one, with an IMDb rating of 5.6. My letterbox rating was 3 out of 5 stars, and my rating for this film was 5.9. So I did think definitely wasn't as good as the prior one, or was it Animal Instinct? But this still had a lot of great stuff to it. And there was a lot of good action, comedy, bit of everything really. And then the last film we reviewed in the month of January 2025, 2026, sorry, was Guardians of the Galaxy. This is one of my favourite films of all time, if I'm honest. I've watched this about, 6 times by now. Just in the past 10, 12 years. And it is one of my favourite films of all time. To be honest, it is such a great film. Especially all the great cast: Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel. Even though we don't get to see them shine as much in this film, I just loved the way that the characters kind of bounce off each other, and I loved the chemistry between the two actors, Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana. I felt like that was real chemistry. I give it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd, a rating of 8.9, and the IMDb rating was an 8.0. So I've went quite above with an 8.9 there. This is the new section I was talking about. So we've got the highest rated film of the month. We've got the lowest rated film of the month there. We've got my favourite film or films of the month. We've got the most watched genre or universe, most viewed video on the channel of the month. So the highest rated film of the month, which normally is the movie of the month, was Guardians of the Galaxy. The lowest rated film of the month was Jumanji: The Next Level, which you can probably tell why. My favourite films of the month were Teen Titans Go to the Movies and Guardians of the Galaxy. My most watched genre or universe was my most watched genre was superhero action, and my most watched universe was Marvel Studios. The most viewed video from the channel was the 4-film Spider-Man movie review and chat, with 51 views currently. The movie of the month for the month of January 2026 is Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously, there you go. This is just a little bit to end off. Don't forget to follow me on Letterboxd, Instagram, TikTok, and Discord. They're all there if you want to take a little picture, or if you want to pause that so you can follow me on there. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. Don't forget to comment down below so you get notified, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when I make new content. Comment below any future videos you want me to do on the channel. Have a blessed day. Thank you all so much.